Mace Windu is one of the greatest Jedi of all time, and for years fans have been speculating on whether he died or survived. Now hold on to your sabers, because Samuel L. Jackson himself has weighed in on the argument, and I have to say it's hard to disagree with this guy.
It's settled in.
Although a potential return for Mace Windu could smash Star Wars canon into oblivion. We'll get started with what Samuel L. Jackson has said on the matter, how they could explain his absence during the time of the Empire, and the most likely way they'd bring him back. Now, to really understand what a potential future for Mace Windu could consist of, we first need to really understand who he is. Now, this one's for you history buffs out there. Mace Windu, born on a planet Hurun Kal, was not just any Jedi, he was one of the most revered Force-sensitive humans to ever live. His unique power known as Shatterpoint allowed him to see the weaknesses in objects, structures, and even people, making him an exceptionally dangerous foe in battle. But Windu wasn't just about brute force. He was also gifted with foresight, often having visions of the future, which is pretty cool if you ask me, and let's not forget he was one of the youngest Jedi to become a Jedi Master at the age of 28, which is quite the achievement. Now onto his role in the Jedi Council, Windu was a devout member and staunch protector of the Republic. He disliked politics, but was all about action when it came to defending the galaxy, and when the chips were down, he was the one who confronted Emperor Palpatine, nearly defeating the Sith Lord until, well, we know what happened with Anakin. But what makes Mace Windu stand out apart from his actions is his iconic purple lightsaber. Fun fact, Sam Jackson, who portrayed Windu, wanted a lightsaber colour that stood out, and George Lucas made it happen. That's right folks, sometimes all you have to do is ask. As most of us know, Mace met his demise in a way that's as controversial as it is tragic, but what if I told you there's more to the story? Let's get into it. The official story tells us that Windu was betrayed by Anakin Skywalker, zapped with some serious Force lightning and sent flying out of a Coruscant skyscraper. But the Star Wars universe is no stranger to bringing characters back from certain dooms, so the question remains, could Windu have survived? Windu's death isn't just about the physical fall, it's a pivotal moment that symbolises the fall of the Jedi Order and the rise of the Empire. He underestimated Anakin's conflict and paid the ultimate price. But let's entertain the idea that he lived for a moment. Mace Windu, a master of the Force with unparalleled combat skills, could have used his abilities to survive. After all, if Darth Maul can come back from being cut in half, why can't Windu make a grand return? Okay, so let's set the scene. In the climax of episode 3, Mace Windu is confronting Chancellor Palpatine. Things go south, Anakin intervenes, and Windu gets a one-way ticket out of a Coruscant high-rise. But did he really meet his end? Fans have been speculating for years, and there's a strong belief that Windu could have survived. Why? Because Jedi have a knack for surviving big falls, and Windu is one of the most powerful Jedi ever. And when you add that to the fact that Windu's fate was never confirmed on screen, there's no body, no funeral, just a lot of unanswered questions, and as we know in Star Wars, if there's no body, there's always a chance for a comeback. So with that in mind, it's not out of the realms of possibility. Now, it's not just wishful fans that actually feel that way, and this is the point where you really need to hold on to those sabers, because Samuel L. Jackson himself, the man behind the Jedi, has some force that might just change the Star Wars universe as we know it. In a recent interview, Jackson made it crystal clear he's not dead. That's right, he's calling for a Mace Windu comeback. Jackson is pushing for a Disney Plus series starring the purple lightsaber wielding badass himself. As reported by the Empire magazine in their February 24 edition, Jackson is eager to reprise his role, and let's be honest, who wouldn't want to see more of Mace Windu? The character's fate has been a hot topic since Revenge of the Sith, and with Star Wars' history of surprise returns, anything's possible. So what could a Mace Windu series look like? A deep dive into his past, his survival and secret missions post-Order 66, or maybe even his own path to becoming one with the Force? The possibilities are as endless as the Star Wars galaxy itself. But with that being said, some of the ways Mace could return are better than others. Now, they could make a show during the time of the Empire. Windu's out there somewhere, rebuilding the Jedi Order, maybe on a planet in a distant galaxy like what we saw with Peridia in the Ahsoka show. Because let's be real, they wouldn't have much space to work with the character during the time of the Empire in our own known galaxy, as he was completely absent during the big events that took place after Revenge of the Sith. Now, there's also the possibility that they rewind things a little further. Prequel to a prequel, if you will. Now, it's risky for sure, de-aging isn't cheap, but who wouldn't pay top credits to see a young Windu in action? However, I do feel as though the price to bring Samuel L. Jackson in, coupled with the amount it would cost to de-age him for an entire season, might put the decision makers off, with them likely more inclined to actually recast a younger actor instead. Of course, the Force Ghost angle is always on the table, but let's not forget Jackson insists Windu's alive, so let's keep him corporal for this exercise. And here's a wild card, and to be honest, my personal favourite: Mace Windu in the Mandalorian era. Imagine him older, wiser, but physically scarred from his fall. His body is practically broken, but his mind is still very much intact. He's found by a Jedi worshipper, let's say, living out his days being cared for in the underbelly of Coruscant. He could become a mentor to the new generation of Jedi, Luke, Ahsoka, Sabine, maybe even Cal Kestis or Grogu, a living archive of the Jedi ways. It's a way to bridge the gap, to explain his absence, and to give us more of that Windu wisdom, and possibly even some flashbacks as well. Let's just hope the Jedi keep Boba Fett away from him. So what do you guys think? Is Mace Windu sipping on some blue milk somewhere in the galaxy, or did he become one with the Force? Drop your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favourite galaxy far, far away. I'll catch you in the next one. May the Force be with you.